What's up, guys? Today I'm sitting here with Brian and Dave LeDuc at Brian's amazing facility here in California. We just witnessed and sat through an awesome Lethwei and self-defense seminar. So I want to start there. Dave, Brian, thanks for sitting down with me, and let's start with a little bit of how you two know each other.
Yeah, so it's been about a year now, I would say, and we went into contact because we wanted to do a seminar tour in US, my first seminar tour in US, and we got linked to organize a seminar here in California, and Brian was like jumped on the opportunity because of his background, and you know, he's been to Myanmar and he loves everything that's aggressive, I think. And from that I didn't know at first, we didn't really know how if we would click, you never know, but right away I felt like part of the family right away, and he also had the same mentality, like no bullshit mentality, aggressive, whatever works. And yeah, from that on we kept in touch, and we spoke almost every week, and until we had the master plan. I'm very honored and very proud that Brian's Elite Training Center, which he built in Los Angeles, is now officially the first and ever Lethwei Training Center in the world. So it's going to always be recognized in history as that. As Lethwei grows exponentially around the world, well, it all started in LA.
This is the Mecca. Awesome. Yeah. Brian, could you share with us how you met Dave?
Sure. Originally, I take my staff and a bunch of students to Thailand every year, to Thai box. And we normally go to Tiger Muay Thai, and my interest was anything geared more towards things you can utilize true self-defense. Thai boxing can be used in true self-defense if you understand how to use it. But Lethwei was one of the things I saw that was actually more applicable based upon using headbutts and the tactics being closer, less kicks, like the idea of what the system's about. So understanding self-defense and combatives is pretty much what I do. Those are the primary tools within it. And when you can have a sport that allows you to use them full force and allows you to actually apply the techniques that you're trying to and see that they work, just like Thai boxing or jiu-jitsu, like you're allowed to do things at a much more intense pace that you can test and pressure test. I'm big on pressure testing everything that we do. So it's important that whatever we teach is based in reality, and Lethwei is something that's obviously based in reality, based upon the things and the tools that they use.
And Brian, what do you feel that adding the LeDuc Lethwei brand to your already synonymous Elite Training Center brand, what do you feel that's going to add moving forward?
Sure. Well, I would say you go to the best in the world to get the best information. That's what I've always done. That's the idea of the systems that I teach, is if you really want to give the best results to your students and you care about them, you find the best in the world to teach you that. And so I sought Dave out because of that, because he's the best in the world at what he does. Yeah,
so we had the fortune enough to sit through the seminar that just took place at your gym. Dave running it with, I don't know what I was looking to expect with all fighters. We didn't know walking in here if it was going to be that sort of seminar, but it definitely wasn't. We saw couples, we saw a gentleman who was in his 80s, and it just kind of, to me, is a sign that Lethwei, Dave LeDuc, self-defense is something that speaks to everybody. Mm-hmm. So on that point, Dave, what you saw today and what you witnessed, how do you feel about the turnout?
I'm super happy. I know, and like I said, I'm very picky about who's gonna join the family now, the Lethwei family. And I know that when I come here, it's always good energy, high intensity energy, pressure tested. Like everybody's ready to work hard. And I've seen that from all ages or everything. So yeah, definitely very happy with the outcome.
And so this is number one.
Yeah.
Do you have a number? I know you talked off camera. You said the number 150 to 150. Awesome. Yeah. What is that significant to you?
So that's something I don't know if you're gonna put on camera. I'll just tell you as a friend. I wanna beat. I think the biggest affiliate trainings right now is the Gracie Academy.
Sure.
And they have 150 schools around the world. And again, they've benefited from a lot of big machines promoting them in UFC and everything. So I think with striking, there's no one doing what we do apart. Again, it's not gonna be on camera, but like Muay Thai does that, Mm-hmm. But I think we will. I want to beat, because I don't want to give clout by saying I want to beat them, for me it's.
But you have a goal though.
But yeah,
you don't want to just open one.
That's the thing. But again, I have to look at, and the way we want to do this, because for that number, I want to retain the quality. You know, we want to beat, if I can say, like, we want to beat about 150 schools affiliated around the world. We're talking in Europe, you know, and all the way to America, North America, South America. But I want to retain the quality of teaching, because once you leave, you know, we make sure the guys are trained, make sure that they know the culture. I want them to at least have been to Myanmar once to see the culture, and at least go at least once a year if they can. So it's a big, we're in a pivotal moment for the sport, and it's pretty exciting.
As Arena was passing out the certification credentials for everyone who attended, they left with these. Brian, what is your role into ensuring when Dave and Arena leave, you know, until he comes back again, what are you going to implement into your school system, what you guys learned today?
I'm going to follow the techniques and the drills that he's already put out. That's part of the reason I was videoing a lot of them. So I made sure that I had him doing them, so I understood his technique and what he wanted out of them. I'm also going to be training with him for the next few days to make sure that gets solidified, and that I'm teaching how he chooses it.
Yeah.
Other than that, with everything that's happening on this U.S. trip, is there anything else that you want to add to this?
Yes, I think in Lethwei, it's something that can be, like Brian said, it could be very implemented into the real world. And many times during a seminar, I thought about, like, what if, you know, it would be on the street, which is very similar to the mentality I go into when I go in the ring. I always say, like, you know, is that would that work, or like what works actually in the Lethwei ring usually works if I'm pushed against the wall here and I need to defend myself. A headbutt on the nose makes the eyes water a bit. You know, you can escape, or a lot of things that work in Lethwei is. That's why I think it's a perfect match with the Elite Training Center, with the Krav Maga and everything that we teach here. So for me, I could not be more happy, especially that I have a great ambassador like Brian. We're really in. I cannot comprehend. We can actually not comprehend how powerful this movement is for the entire world, because this is going to change the world of striking sport, of martial arts. My goal is to see one day, like, guys coming into the MMA octagon and they have trained wrestling or BJJ, and you see their striking is Lethwei, because I think Lethwei is the best for MMA striking, because you have to be aware of takedowns, you have to be aware of head pressure, you have to be using less protection on your hands, which a 4-ounce is not bare knuckle. It's not bare knuckle, but it's way more realistic than an 8-ounce glove, right? So all these things make Lethwei very good for MMA. So this is the future.
And one more question for Brian. Being a lifelong martial artist, highly decorated fighter, how important was it for you to invite Dave into your home, with him being an ambassador of the sport? What does that mean, and maybe that trust?
I mean, for me, I do my best to only train with people that I have faith in, because the information that we give out saves people's lives. Like, they put their trust in us 100%, and they're asking us for information that we believe is going to save their life. For me, I mean, I've been operational for 30 plus years, so basic combatives and how you use them, and pressure testing those combatives, as well as framing and understanding, like wrestling, standing wrestling, those are things that are some of the most important aspects of fighting. And most systems don't train them correctly. They're, as much as I'd hate to say it, like, I love martial arts, and I do. I've trained in martial arts since I was 5 years old. There's a lot of crap, and there just is. There's no way around it, because there's a lot of people who are afraid to test what they do. Yeah. And they're afraid of their ego being bruised, or they're afraid of their system having to be fixed or added onto. I just don't believe that. I think the minute we stop doing that is the minute that we truly start damaging ourselves and our students. So for me, it's probably one of the most important things, to continue growing and adding to what we do, no matter what age you are. And when I first opened up the schools, it was after 9/11, and it was exactly that was the reason I opened up the schools, was because of 9/11, because I wanted to give kind of the counterterrorism idea to the students, because those are the people who are going to be first responders in any situation. Like, everybody else shows up after the fact. So for me, coming up with tactics and training for those people was most important. Within the world of combatives, it works the same way. So every age needs to be able to do these things. It doesn't matter who it is. They're still going to face the same threats. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are, man or female. All those things don't matter. That's what people look at. They look at them as a target. So they need strong, solid information. And it's up to us to dictate what that information is, because they're putting their trust in us. And so I looked at Dave and what he does, and his success with it, and how he fights, and the tactics he actually uses within his fights, and his mentality. Like, mentality is 90% of fighting. So realistically understanding that, you look at those things and you go, that's somebody who understands combat, and you can take information from and learn from, and then give it to people with understanding that the trust that they're giving you is fulfilled.
Yeah, we're excited to be here. We're excited that you guys invited us in. What we saw today, the high energy. There's also some amazing momentum with what's going on with LeDuc Lethwei Affiliate, your gym, and Dave.
Yeah.
So we just want to say thank you for allowing us to share this with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
And,
you.
Thanks, man.
if I may add, like I remember what I wanted to say is that because you ask him, you know, like how what's the reason and everything. Because I think Brian is very humble, but he's a winner. You know, he's a winner, and for me, being a winner is like synonymous to be like alpha male mentality in a way, and by positioning, you know, ourselves in front of the wave like this, for me, it's like a win. You know, it's like, it's pretty exciting too to be like, and I don't like. So again, it's not meaning that in 20 years it's not going to be a good idea to start a Lethwei school, but it's even more exciting to open it before everybody. So I think it's an amazing partnership, and I could not ask for a better partner.
Thank you.
Awesome guys, man.
Thank you.
Yep.